The wait is over. It's ready for war. Live from Dallas, Texas, it's go time!
Boxing has witnessed its share of unexpected crossover moments, but nothing compared to the night Jake Paul stood across from Anthony Joshua, the former unified heavyweight king, a knockout specialist, a man carved out like a machine with years of elite experience behind every punch. This wasn't just another viral event. It was a moment where bold ambition collided head-on with cold reality. And the instant the opening bell echoed through the arena, everyone watching understood exactly what kind of night Jake Paul was stepping into. So let's walk through this fight round by round. Because what unfolded exposed the truth behind Jake's bravado, revealed why Joshua remained so calm, and showed the world a result many had predicted long before the first punch was thrown.
For our main event of the evening, the problem child Jake Paul, Nathan Diaz. Let's
Right from the opening bell, it was clear Joshua wasn't even operating anywhere near top speed. His punches were measured, controlled, almost deliberately restrained. Joshua understood the conversations happening around him. People wondering whether he'd chase a knockout or simply treat the bout like a light exhibition. Eddie Hearn had hinted at it. Joshua's camp had echoed it. Their goal was simple. Don't allow Jake Paul any opportunity to land something wild or unexpected.
On the what if we wake up on the night after and Anthony Joshua is somehow on the end of a defeat, what does that mean for him?
Sport, isn't it? Tough luck. Got beat. Disaster. Absolute. I mean, you know, when you talk about legacy, people say, oh, does this affect his legacy? Not at all. If you get beat, does it affect your legacy? That's another question altogether. So yeah, we've got to make sure it doesn't happen and go in there and just serve him up.
Round one was all about Joshua feeling things out. Every punch he threw looked measured, almost as if he didn't want to steamroll Jake too quickly. Even with that controlled pace, the size gap was impossible to ignore. Jake looked like a cruiserweight stepping straight into a heavyweight's hunting ground.
He's going to get battered. He's going to get absolutely
You're preaching to the choir, bro.
annihilated.
Yeah, take it to just as they turn to the side. That's it, just there. And watch Jake. He looks at him, keeps looking, and then Joshua looks back. Yeah.
Jeez.
Great.
I just, it's incredible, really.
Round two was Jake Paul's brief spark. He snapped out a couple of jabs, slid in a right hand, and even cracked a smile when it landed. But the truth? Joshua didn't budge. Those shots were light work for a man who spent years absorbing punches from world-class heavyweights.
Think about Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua.
Boy. Well, realistically, it's one of the craziest propositions of all time. You take a guy who just had a boxing match that looks like a sparring match with a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, and then you're going to fight one of the absolute scariest knockout artists in the heavyweight division. Maybe we should watch the Francis Ngannou fight so you could see. Let's watch that real quick, just so you can see what Anthony Joshua is capable if he's fighting someone that's not in his league.
Still, you have to give Jake credit. He tried. He showed the grit people always acknowledge in him. He wasn't intimidated by AJ. He didn't step back, and he didn't fold under the moment. He stood his ground, ready to fight and back up every word he'd spoken.
I want to fight Anthony Joshua because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. He doesn't have a chin and he has no skill and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends, all this shit, but I want to fight you. I will beat Canelo. I will beat a lot of fucking people. I will not beat David Benavidez.
It's not even
close.
Jake is fine, AJ.
Oh my gosh,
yeah. And you know what? I'm going to give him props. Fair play, Jake. That is a big fight.
Props.
I mean, AJ should knock him out.
It is a weird one. Like, am I just being stupid? Like, is he not just going to wig him?
AJ by soap being dropped in prison stuff. AJ by brutal Bonnie Blue scene. AJ by just something vile.
Him even stepping up to fight AJ.
AJ two-time heavyweight world champion. No joke.
Meanwhile, Joshua began dropping in heavier jabs, quietly checking Jake's chin with a little more intent. And the difference was immediate. Every time AJ touched him, Jake's head popped back a bit farther than he wanted. That's when fans started realizing, if Joshua decided to end this fight early, he absolutely could have.
The question, if Anthony Joshua ends up inflicting considerable damage on Jake Paul, how much does that reflect on you and Matchroom?
Everything we do in this sport, we want to make it as safe as we possibly can, but we have to accept the risks attached to it.
And this is risky, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it is risky. I think Jake Paul's crazy. I think he's delusional. But respect to him for doing it, and he's getting a load of money.
A lot of people saying this can't be real. You know, Anthony Joshua going in there, it must be an exhibition, or it's going to be choreographed, and Anthony's going to carry him through a couple of rounds just to silence all those doubters. He's going to go in there to do a job, right?
It's 100% real. It's 100% real. People asking why is it 8 rounds, not 10? Because I don't think it goes past the first round. So it's, regardless, it's quite irrelevant. I think he steps across the ring and knocks him out. I accept Jake Paul is absolutely mental for doing this. If I was managing or promoting Jake Paul, would I say this is the right move for Jake Paul? Probably not. He's got people around him who actually are saying, Anthony Joshua's chinny. He said it in interviews. It's quite wild, but if that's the world he wants to live in, he'll find out on December 19th.
Round 4 was where the energy changed. Joshua flipped the switch. His jab got sharper, cleaner, and his footwork suddenly looked like a heavyweight champion moving through a warm-up drill. Exhibition or not, the tempo shifted. Joshua had warned everyone. Jake asked for the smoke, so now he was going to feel it.
Knock AJ out. I deliver what I was supposed to deliver years ago. I deliver what they ran from. I deliver what he asked for $50 million for. I'm going to give him a $50 million knockout.
I honestly listen to what people say sometimes. They're avoided, this person's running. I honestly think some people are deluded. Really, I do think that they've got some sort of a long-term concussion because no one's running. In terms of 50 million, I'm a businessman. If there was 50 million on the table, you think I'm not going to take it?
I think he is a smart operator. I think he's managed to put a good team around him to help him achieve his wildest dreams. But in short, I think he's a smart young man. I'm gonna come to fight. And by the way, there's no stuff in the contract that says that I can't do this. I'm gonna come to fight. So that's what he wants though. So it's not crazy. He's getting what he wants. It's not crazy. That's what I said. I don't think Jake's crazy. He's a realist. He's a logical man, and he wants to fight. He wants to fight good fight. Jake called me directly. Call me. He didn't call my team. Jake called me. I said, okay, no problem.
Easy money.
Not easy money. We'll see. I'll let you know December 19th, December 20th.
Outside of maybe the financial reward, what is the value in fighting Jake for you? What's the motivation in taking this?
So you got ability and you have marketability in boxing. Now, unfortunately, how it goes is you could have the two best fighters with the best ability, but they don't have marketability. So they won't be able to showcase their talent to the world because broadcasters won't be interested and fans aren't that interested. So what we need to do is bring the marketability aspect into the ability realm. So that's what I've always tried to focus on, is bringing eyes onto the sport. And young boxers, I always say, don't wait until you become a champion before you announce to the world who you are. It's too late then. You need to get people following you, so by the time you're a champion, everyone's ready to buy a ticket. I want to see this guy, he's in town. And that's why we need to bring the marketability aspect. So I looked at it and said, wow, this is a great opportunity to showcase myself to the whole world. God willing, my prayers are answered and I get the job done and I hurt Jake in spectacular fashion, get a victory. All that market then comes over to me and I can focus on other fighters that have pure ability that need.
And this is where fans saw a different Jake Paul. His footwork started to slow, his breathing grew heavier, and each shot from Joshua began leaving a mark you could almost feel through the screen. Jake was still fighting, still trying to answer back, but now he was reacting more than attacking, thinking more than throwing. The shift was clear. Everyone in the arena felt it. And honestly, everyone had already expected it.
But if I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the fuck is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there, it still wouldn't go past a minute. To be quite honest with you, and as a safety aspect, there's no way that fight can go ahead. At the end of the day, my God, how good does it make me look? He gets beat by Jake Paul. Well, that automatically makes me two-time heavyweight champion of the world, doesn't it? There's no proper way. I've got to laugh about it. How are we even talking about this? He got his nut boxed off by me a little over 2 years ago. And now all of a sudden, he's talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. It's like, come on. Like, you can't be serious. He can't beat me. I'm not Anthony Joshua, am I? So it's just ludicrous.
Round 5 is where the gap between the two men became impossible to ignore. Joshua finally stepped in with the kind of timing, weight, and accuracy that only a true heavyweight can generate. Jake felt every ounce of it. A spear-like jab snapped his head back, a tight left hook wrapped around the guard, and a straight right hand followed, sending Jake straight to the canvas. It was the moment people had been forecasting for months. Joshua dropped Jake Paul with clarity and finality. No controversy, no debate, just a clean finish that looked almost effortless from AJ, because for someone at his level, it was effortless. This wasn't a back-and-forth contest. It was a reminder of the huge difference between an elite heavyweight and a cruiserweight influencer stepping into deep waters. Jake promoted the fight. He believed in himself, and he talked with conviction. But none of that could outweigh size, power, and years of championship pedigree.
I'm knocking this guy out, becoming the CEO of Matchroom Boxing and changing the plans, and it's going to be me versus Tyson Fury next year.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna break his face, I'm gonna break his body up, I'm gonna stomp all over him. That's my mentality, right? That's a fighter's mentality, and I know what's in my heart, I know what's in my mind, and I'm here to compete. I'm here to prove myself that I'm the better fighter, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'll do that until I finish fighting.
Dana White had warned everyone well before the walkouts. He made it clear that stepping in with Anthony Joshua was a terrible idea for Jake, but he also admitted the world would tune in regardless. Not because they expected a competitive fight, but because so many people were waiting to see if this would finally be the night Jake Paul got knocked out.
See the fight that's reportedly being worked on for December 19th in Miami.
Did I see the fight being worked on December 19th in Miami?
Yeah.
No.
Do you know which fight I'm talking about?
No.
Fair enough.
Oh, Jesus. That's a fucking bad idea. That's a bad idea. But let me tell you what. A lot of people watch that one.
Will you watch it?
Sure. You know what everybody's tuning in for on that one. I think everybody's going to get what they've finally been waiting for.
Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis, the fight is in jeopardy. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his 4th or maybe 5th allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential replacements.
Jake didn't want that attached to his event. Jake didn't want to give Tank a big payday while he was dealing with that drama. So the fight collapsed instantly.
Yeah, he just represents everything that's wrong with boxing, unprofessionalism, and he's getting what he's reaping what he sows. But I hate working with people like that. He stands everyone up, film crews, everything. Doesn't do any promotion, doesn't do any posts, but it is what it is. I'm actually glad this all happened this way so that he doesn't get the biggest paycheck of his life and just continues to be a piece of shit in boxing.